And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cavalry. As you can see, my esteemed colleague, Andrew, is internetless
He's
on
got a
a ship.
suntan.
He got a
He
suntan. He got a suntan, his hair fell out, and his penis got bent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Andrew. It's Jason Russell on the Cavalry, sitting in for my good buddy, Andrew. How you doing, Jason?
Well, how are you, Johnny Beaner? It's good to be here. I am honored to sit in for Andrew. Andrew is a very cool, funny guy. So let's do it.
Oh, you don't need to tell me. Oh, you're telling our listeners. Okay. Just some business up front, as I'm sure you all know, and you all knew last week while you were listening, because we are a week behind. Andrew lost his game, and I won my game for the bet. And this, I talked to Andrew. He is going. It's going to be another head-to-head week. I'm taking the Packers. He is taking the Seahawks as the Seahawks face off against the Packers. And if I win, actually, you probably already know if I won if you're listening to this. But so you know if the bet is over yet or not, because I think I'm ahead of Andrew like 4 with what 3 weeks left. Okay. So Jason, welcome to the Cavalry.
So what is that? Is that you guys? You guys pick the team that's going to win, and
You can pick any team, and you just pick a team that you think is going to win that week. They don't have to be playing against each other. And whoever has more at the end of the season, the other person owes $50 to.
oh wow, you
Andrew's,
guys are good.
Andrew's a big sports guy, and I am not, and I am crushing him.
I am not a sports guy. You know that. I am not.
I know you are.
But if I am a bandwagon fan, if the Green Bay Packers are start to win, I would claim, oh yeah, I'm a Green Bay fan. I'm from Wisconsin. Blah 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 blah.
Well, those are the coolest kind of fans.
And I would trash talk. But then when they and I have no clue. Here's how much of a fan not. I didn't know that Aaron Rodgers left.
When did you find that out?
Probably 4 months ago. I don't know.
Oh, did he leave longer than that? Okay. I don't know. See, I knew when he left. I'm not a complete jackass. Anyway,
Yeah. And
uh,
I wouldn't know if one Packer walked into my apartment right now. But I'll claim that I'm a Packer fan. Only when they're winning.
oh, you turn your back when they're losing?
No. I don't turn my back, but I'm not gonna. I don't tune into the games. Oh, there's a Packer game today. I didn't know. So I'm that kind of fan.
All right, all right. Well, that's been sports talk, ladies and gentlemen. I spoke with Jason recently. I called him on a drive home. Sometimes when you're a comedian, you just need to talk to another comedian after
Yep.
a horrible gig. And I did. This is the season of corporate work, which are very hit or miss.
Yes.
And I was on my way home from an airball of a corporate gig. It was at a bar. It was a car dealership having their, hey, we've tried magic. We had casino night. We did, let's try a comedian and let's get one of those shitty My First Sony stereos, plug a karaoke mic into it, and make sure maybe 6 people up front can hear and have no one else be able to hear. So I called Jason, pissed off on my way home.
Yeah, but this is the thing. When I've called you pissed off, and I think we both would agree. When I've called you pissed off, you know that I'm pissed off. I'm swearing. I'm yelling. Johnny has no clue what to say. He's one of those guys that just stands there like, I don't know what we should do. He's flinging a sword around, and
Do I blow him? What do I do here? I don't know.
When Johnny calls mad, it's not. I can't even say it's Johnny calls mad. I know if you call me and if it's after a show, this is what I do know. Had I known you had a private party that night, and you called me, known instantly when I saw your face. I'm like, oh, the show didn't go good. But yeah, those horrible. And for you listeners, you watchers, you comedy enthusiasts, if you don't know what we're talking about, you must go to find the documentary Jerry Seinfeld comedian. He's in, and go to the clip where he's in Long Island. He's at a club, and the shot is kind of through the audience, and you hear him talking, and then he stops for a moment, and then you hear all this chattering around the camera, and then the next scene is him in the green room talking about himself, almost like in a third person, like, what has to be coming out of your mouth? Who do you have to be? And that is every private party. I have 2 private parties coming up Friday for a company, and then Saturday company. And you want them to go well. Your intention, they're going to go well. I got a good attitude, but then it's just a cluster of, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
I just like how you go into your Seinfeld impression. How big do you have to be? I threw on this table. I'm so frustrated.
I do watch Seinfeld every day, so I'm a huge fan of the show, not particularly Mr. Seinfeld himself. But yeah, but you feel better about it, don't you? You're like, you've
well, yeah,
like,
I told you that I was like, as I was on stage, when it's shit and I know it's not my fault, I'd be like, I could be the best comedian up here. It doesn't matter. They cannot hear me. This is a terrible setup. It does not matter. And so I am not mad that I'm bombing. I'm mad as I'm up there. I'm like, this better not hurt my gig master's score. And then the next day I got feedback that was like, oh my God, everyone loved Johnny. He was so great. It's the 0 to 5 in all the categories. I got 5s on all of them and a 4.5 on professionalism. I don't know why, whatever. Sometimes I think they're just like, well, I'm going to knock 1 just so it seems legit, like I thought about it instead of just, but I was like, hey, I'll take a 4.9 average.
No, and this is the thing is, you, as you're up there, you're thinking to yourself, my career is over. Even though it's not. Even though you know that this is just a private gig, it's not tethered to anything in the industry. But when you're up there, I suck. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why did they even try? I should have went to college. Well, you went to college. I should have went to college.
Yeah, how sad is that? The whole world is collapsing. I remember. Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh my God, if I was a better comedian, I'd be able to pull out some magic tricks and fix this. I'd be able to get them." But it's like, nope, they can't hear you. There's nothing you could do. But I had the check in my pocket. And I think it's funny, like maybe here's my guess as to why she knocked my professionalism. Because after the show, as she's shaking my hand, I just disappeared and she found herself shaking a cloud of smoke in the shape of my body as I was already in my car, fucking out the door.
No, and you cannot get away from that situation faster. Like just today, I was thinking maybe I could sell my shirts at this one because it's kind of a blue collarish type of, and you and I have a similar type of shirt. It's very gritty. And I was thinking, no, because if it goes bad, all I want to do is grab the check and run the hell to my car. I don't want to stand there and now have these people go, oh, he's over there. He's still look. He's by the crackers. I know, but we're not going over there. He sucked.
Yeah, that's what, have you ever had a show where you have the shirt in your back pocket and just based on your hatred of everything going on, you're just like, you know what? I'm not even going to pull this shirt out. I'm just going to wheel my luggage back to my car as if I never brought it.
There was one show that I did do that, and it wasn't a big audience. If it was a big audience, I would have stayed just because I know, well, that's fine. I'll take your money. But this one, there was maybe 20 people that, and on the average, you might sell 5. And I was like, it's not worth it. I want to go. It was a really nice hotel. I was like, I will pamper myself in an hour. I will forget about this horrible show. And this is the thing. You, everybody never done stand up. your intentions are never like people get married. Nobody gets married and goes, ah, God, I hope in 10 years I am divorced and we are in a bitter child custody fight. No, you go into a show thinking this is going to be a great show, and then one thing happens, two things happen, and then a lot of times, you know this, before you start a show. I did a class reunion, a 65-year class reunion, all white hairs, and I mean all white, which is fine. These people look like,
hey, they're people too. They're people too. Calm down. These are people too.
They look like the white side of my family, so I was very comfortable. But right before, like he could have done this first and done the other four things, but no, he does the four things and then does this fifth thing. And now we're going to go to the memoriam, is it? Memoriam, where we look at all the people that died last year from this class. And people, they're crying, old, when you see old men crying, they're like, oh, God damn, I love Jim. Jimmy was a good guy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Russell, the comedy of Jason Russell. People are like, huh? What? And it went, surprisingly, it went well because I had to soften my entrance after they're crying. But, and this too is we always think it's more worse than what it is. But this is the two things that I asked these two companies that my contact, I said, okay, I don't need a stage. I just need lighting and sound. And the sound has got to project to the back of the room.
Yeah.
Those are the two things that I make sure that I have.
Did I ever tell you the story? I think I've talked about it on the podcast. When that very same situation, this was long ago. It was a private gig. I was opening for Jimmy Wiggins, though. Remember him, the old
Jimmy Wiggins?
The oldest hippie. We're in the back of the room, and they're talking about this. It's, I don't know what the thing was for, but they start playing a video about this kid that died of cancer, and they're trying to, cancer research, whatever. And he is older than dirt, and so me and him are in the back of the room. He does not know how old he is or how loud he is. He turns to me very loud. He goes, "Oh, great. We get to follow the dead kid." And I was just like, "No, I don't know this guy." Oh my God. It was so uncomfortable. You can see people like kind of turning in the back of them, kind of turning like, what? Was someone talking? It was awful.
I fear I get charged guilty, and I am guilty of the crime of being too loud. My wife is constantly saying, Jason, you're too loud. The kids are going to hear you. Jason, the police are going to hear you. And I don't know what that means, but Jason, you're so loud.
Jason, I don't know what you're doing in the bathroom in there, but you're so loud. Stop yelling, "Oh, Hank."
I fear that I'm going to be that guy. Just
that will be you.
Oblivious to my surroundings, and not only oblivious, but even if he knew, he would be like, I don't give a shit. He wouldn't care. I fear that's going to be me.
I can't believe didn't bring this up at the top of the show. I told you in text, but after we're done recording, I have to start drinking my whatever my fluid is that'll blow everything out my ass for my colonoscopy tomorrow. That's right.
I thought it was today.
No, today's the prep day where I got to clean out my pipe. So if you're a Patreon listener, I'm going to be live feeding. I'm going to do a live stream of my colonoscopy. My camera pointed right at the old stinker.
Now, I have had one done. I'm scheduled for another one in 2 months. It's you'll be fine. You
were telling me that your doctor told you there's a limit. You can only have them so often, and you were like, "Oh, please."
10 years. 10 years. Every 10 years.
I thought it was every 5.
No, well, here in California, I guess they don't like going up the backside that often. 10 years. So I have 8.5 in, and I just felt like, I'd rather have one. It's up to us. We're the patients. We're paying for it. So, yeah. And what my biggest fear is that, every guy, like, I don't think I want that. And
Oh, you're
I,
afraid you're gonna come.
again, uh, well, one, fear of being put to sleep. That's, I'm older now, so that freaks me out. And then two, that my keister was going to hurt. So as I'm coming out of it, my wife's talking to me, and I just interrupt her, and I go, and there's a video of it. I'll send it to you. I go, my butt doesn't hurt. She goes, oh, that's good. So yeah, you won't feel anything. You wake up like, is it done? You are being put to sleep, right? Or are you videotaping it?
Am I videotaping? No, I'm not videotaping it. That's just for the Patreon listeners. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I assumed someone asked me that the other day. I was like, well, I fucking hope they're putting me to sleep. Maybe they're doing that like night twilight thing where you're like, what's going on? And you don't remember.
No, you should, this is a procedure they need you to probably be uh fully
And
asleep.
you were like I think it was, I don't know if we have the same doctor, but I think your doctor was telling me that when they were trying to give you the gas to knock you out, you just took a deep breath before he put it on your face because you were trying to not get put under because you wanted to experience it.
So untrue, listeners or viewers. This is what I am fascinated though. When they start to give you the gas. Now I've had surgery 3 times in my life. Once when I was younger, and then that was the one where I was put to sleep. That colonoscopy, and then something else I can't. Oh, for my teeth.
Yeah.
So I had five teeth pulled. I went in for one, and my wife's like, "Well, we're here. We should just get your molars out." And I'm like, well, "Okay, whatever." So I've been put to sleep 3 times, and I'm amazed at how fast you go out. Like they put it in there. All right, count from, and I never make it to 98. I'm out in 2 numbers.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Like,
are you going counting up or down? 98 is pretty far. I never make it to 98. I always stop right at 97.
yeah, the guy's like, "Are you out yet?" 97, 95.
What comes after 94?
Okay, listen. I wanna. This you and I had a conversation a long time ago that I never forgot.
What was that?
You did. I know you. I know you've forgotten this. Okay.
Oh, exciting.
And it makes me laugh. And I actually bring you up every time I tell the story. So, okay. And I got clearance of my wife. We were supposed to talk about this last. We never, when I was on last time with Andrew.
Okay.
I have no problem if my wife were to sleep with another man. No,
it's sad that this could go in so many different directions, and I don't know which direction you're going.
Well, no. So that's just, we don't have to talk about what, but remember we were talking about, Fanny and I were driving, and I was asking her about guys she has been with.
Sure.
And you stayed quiet for probably as your brain could accept it until you exploded. You're just like, okay, Jason, and I go, no. I said, so do you talk to Erin about her exes? And you go, I don't want to know she ever talked to other. You go, I don't even understand why you want to know that, Jason. Why would you want to know that? And then I think I really exploded your head when I said, well, I even asked her if I was bigger than any other guy that she's been. You're like, I don't fucking understand you, Jason. Do you remember that conversation?
I not in particular. I mean, I'm sure it happened. I don't remember it exactly, but yes, that's as far as I'm concerned, and I'm telling myself, Aaron didn't even know what a penis was before I came along. Okay, that's how I like to.
So what you're saying to me is you would definitely have a problem if Aaron slept with another man.
I wouldn't have a problem. I mean, I would have a problem. I'm not. We're living in the real world. I'm just saying, hey, I don't need to hear about that.
No. That's not what I asked you. I'm saying you wouldn't have a problem if right now, today, tomorrow, moving forward, she would sleep with another man.
Oh, yes, yeah, of course I would. What are you, stupid? Yes, I would. I shouldn't
Well,
say
you
that.
just
I
said you
shouldn't
would.
say that considering you just said you wouldn't have a problem. Yes, you know, yes. Okay, call me old fashioned, but I don't want my wife banging other men.
Now, tell me why. Tell me why it would bother you.
Well, thanks
I'm
for
just
listening,
kidding.
everybody. This has been Common Sense on the Cavalry. Tune in next
I'm
week
just
when
kidding. I'm
Andrew's
kidding.
back.
I'm kidding.
Fucking for the fuck's sake. What?
I'm just kidding. I know exactly. I don't know what this is. I don't know where it comes from. I honest to God. And now a lot of women, if they're listening to this, or even some men will say, "Well, you're just saying that, Jason, because you want." Then if she does, you no, that's not even.
I have a hypothesis. I have a hypothesis. Do you first of
What?
all, let's do you watch pornography?
Uh, yes, I'm married. Hello.
I wonder if you have just seen and absorbed so much pornography that your brain is just like, I need we got to get weird. Okay, it's not it's this the old style's not doing the tricks anymore. Now we got to start. We got to bring in brooms and fucking machines and strangers.
Well, I don't. I know. I wouldn't. I would say that this would be, a thing, even if I hadn't partaken in the pornography.
So is
But
this just like? Would you say this is like a fetish?
I would, and I don't even need to be. This is a thing. Most guys would say they have to be there. I wouldn't even need to be there.
You
I've
just need
told
to
her
be in the
many
closet,
times. I mean, of course, with the
peeking
nine
through the blinds.
cameras.
Yeah.
Cut. Could you move your elbow, dude?
You're blocking the shot. Was someone in the closet? No, 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 no.
My kid's toy. Don't worry about it. No, I've told her that that I would if I'm on the road and you meet somebody. Now I know this. My wife would never. She's a typical woman. She's
Is
like,
that does that disappoint you?
well, this is the thing. I was talking about this with a comic who is, partaken in various activities with his ex, and that's not why they broke up. But he said, once you open those doors, you can't shut those doors. So,
Yeah.
I know I'm serious. I know that I would not be mad at her. I've given her full permission. Blah blah blah. Here, I'll tell you a story of my wonderful wife. So I'm going to go on the road for 3 weeks. She's going to this dance club with a fellow Latina woman that she knows, and she calls me to go, hey, I just want to let you know that I said, you don't need to call. She goes, well, it's more for safety. I want you to, excuse me, I want you to know where I'm at. I go, okay. So I said, hey, make sure your girls are out, meaning, her cleavage. And she's like, okay. And I said, you can dance with guys, just no slow dancing. So, which I don't understand that one. I hear before you say anything. Yes, I allow my wife to go sleep, but
Hey,
no
you go
slow
straight
dancing.
to the dick. You go straight to the dick. I don't want any of this fancy pants hand holding.
Oh my god, I don't know what the hell that is, but I would have a problem with. Okay, so she calls next week. She's like, "Hey, Friday, I'm gonna go." I said, "Okay, you're not asking for." She goes, "No, I just want you to know for safety reasons where I'm going to be at." So again, I say, "Hey, make sure you put the girls out." Yeah, that's cute. Because I want my woman to be admired. She's very sexy when she's made up. She can look that much more sexy.
Sure.
And every woman likes to be admired, blah, blah, blah. So, oh,
Okay.
did that mess? Hang on, my wife just tried to call me. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so third week she calls,
And I
we
feel
go
like
through the whole.
don't you feel like we're on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Why?
Because
Because it's so, it's
taking
so
calls and the
okay.
audio, the video, the professional setup.
Okay, so third week I go, hey, now I'm not now. Well, I'll just tell you. I go, hey, make sure your girls are out. This is what my wife does. She goes, you know what? Don't tell me how to dress, Jason. And I was shocked that she said that, and then I just stayed quiet because I knew that this was her moment.
Yep.
I had to realize that I wasn't telling her how. So she had been cheated on for 7 years in this small town that she used to live in, and very traumatic. The whole town knew. So it was a flashback for her because he was a total opposite of me. Like if she said she liked a guy on TV, that would be like a 2-day fight with him. So, but I just stayed quiet and I go, "You okay?" I go, "Do you know what just happened?" She goes, "Yes, I'm sorry." And I go, "Yeah, what was that?" And then she's like, it sounded very much like, it sounded very much like my ex telling me you can't wear that. And I was like, all right, but yeah. So again, let's just make this clear for your listeners. You would have a problem with Aaron slept with a man right now.
Yeah, I would.
Just want to get that out there.
Am I a weirdo? You know what? Let's do this.
Not even.
Can we tell the story? Can you for our listeners tell the story that I texted you about that you've told that just makes me laugh very hard? Back when you were swinging Jason single,
If you
kept
listen
out with the ladies, out on the prowl.
Your podcast. If you want me to, I will.
I just think it's a very entertaining story. I think our listeners, and we've got 11 minutes left of recording.
Okay,
so
I hope to God.
And then we have to do a topic.
I hope to God this poor woman is not.
Well, you don't have to name her. Well, you can name her in the page.
No, I would.
Okay.
All right. So this is before I was with my beautiful wife. We've been together 18 years. I'd like to point out 18 years.
Okay.
Jason would partake in several activities with various women. One in particular came. I believe I met her at a show. She came down to see me in my hometown of Milwaukee, and she had come down before. Look at your face.
I'm just so excited. Such a fun story.
Oh my God. I said I would never tell this story again.
You meant like, in person. This is on podcast, so it's fine.
No, I clearly meant on podcast.
Oh, okay. So this is the final hurrah. Get it out there. Give it a good send off.
She would come down, and we wouldn't do everything everybody thinks we would, but we would do. So it's one time she comes down. I partake in various activities that a man would before the big one on her, and I could not continue for. Okay, so then weeks later we're talking, and she was like, "Well, you didn't even finish," and I'm trying to avoid the subject. I don't want to tell her why I could not finish my activity down there.
And you didn't say, but you didn't tell the listeners why you couldn't.
No, I'm about to.
Oh, okay.
I could not finish, and she keeps pushing the issue, and she wouldn't let it go. And
you were trying to let it go to protect her.
I was trying to not tell her. I was very sensitive to the issue, and mind you, I had been with her, several times. So there wasn't, there was never an issue, but for whatever reason, this time there was.
Yeah. And
she kept pushing the issue. And I just said, okay, you know what? This is why. There was this time there was a definite odor down there that I just could not handle. And I had no problem with that. I am a freak.
And that's fine. That's fine. It's normal. That's normal. That's
very normal.
That's not the funny part of the story.
There's nothing, that did not freak me out. That didn't do any. I had women before that, like, bats and ravens flew out of it. So she was she was definitely up to par, but
Okay.
she was obviously up to par. But this particular time, so she goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah." And then it just stopped her in her tracks. She's like, "Well, you know, I still don't understand why she said this. I don't get it. I don't understand why she said this. We could have just ended the conversation there and it would have been fine. And I am a very empathetic person. I would have been like, oh, whatever. It's, I didn't even think when she left, I wasn't like, oh, what the hell? So
right. she wanted to put on her little detective Watson Sherlock Holmes cap and figure this out.
She goes, well, my doctor has me some medication that could be, and that I've learned that could mess up a woman's pHG balance. If I'm saying that correctly. But this is the kicker. This is what
you're not. You're not saying it correctly, but go ahead.
pH. What did I say?
You said PHG. I think you were trying to say PhD, which is also inaccurate. It's just pH.
pH balance. Okay. So,
which of course we all know stands for penis harness.
Which you would know.
I don't know, so I'm not. Okay, go on.
So she goes, well, I did stop on the way down. Mind you, she was like an hour and a half. She goes, I did stop on the way down and take a dump. Did it smell like that?
She said she stopped at a gas station to take a dump.
Stopped at a gas station to take a dump. Did it smell like that? And I on it to this day, I don't know how you would answer that. I don't know.
I know how. You get all excited. Yes, that's it. That's it. Yay! We did it. High five.
I've been trying to put my finger on that smell, and you got it, girl. And I go, no, that was not it. And then we just hung up, and we've never talked again. I still don't understand. There would be so many things that I would say, and you would have to kidnap me, blindfold me, put me in a dungeon, let rats eat at the tip of my dick before I'd admit that I took a shit before I came to see somebody and be with them physically. I would never admit that. So I still to this day don't. But I told you, and if you guys have never heard Johnny Beaner's laugh when he is in full laugh mode. This is all you hear.
All right, they've heard. We're at episode 241. They've heard me cackle like an ape.
So that's one of his favorite stories. And I have told it. I have told it on this podcast here. That is it, Johnny. I will never tell that story again.
That's the only way you get to be a guest on the show. You have to tell that story every time you come on. All right, do you have a topic? Because we have, my timer is counting down from 5 minutes. Do you have a topic?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay, what is it?
I like women that are hairy.
I'll back that up. I will back that up.
Yeah, you were raised by hippies, right?
I was not raised by hippies. My wife was raised by hippies.
Oh, your wife.
Married to a hippie.
All right, I like scars on women.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we've talked about this. Yep. You like a woman with a story.
A story? It was a cold night. Why are you talking like that? It was a cold night.
When did you put that eye patch on?
Yeah. All right. Okay, this is another one. This is my wife and I.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah, I like scars.
Okay, next topic.
Can you handle scars?
Can I?
Like we're talking on.
Is this a competition? Face. I like women with scars. Can you handle that, Johnny? Can you handle that? My woman.
No, you got to back me up.
Yeah. Sure. Well, that's not my thing. I'm not into it. But sure, I'm not gonna judge anyone. It doesn't, it doesn't make my wiener go up or down. I guess I'd say.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I have a 15-year-old, and he just entered high school this year. And we don't want him to play football. He doesn't want to play football, but we just don't believe that it's worth the risk of.
Sure. Ooh, this is a good topic.
Just because of the obvious. And so when I start thinking about it, I'm like, well, what if he's like the next, big NFL player and you're stifling? And again, he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play, but we've told him that, we would not let you play. And he's like, well, if I wanted to play, why couldn't I play? And we try to explain to him that, you have your whole life ahead of you. Unless you've been playing, or we understood or got some type of nuance of your ability, it's just not going to happen. We just don't want our kid to play football. Now, I know that's a touchy subject for people, but
yeah, I mean, I can understand that. Like, it's for you're protecting your kid. You're gonna want, if they, I think it's interesting that you guys have this argument when he said, yeah, we're on the same page. I don't want to play, but then you still argue like, well, wait a minute, but what if I did? Then you can't. But I don't want to. But what if I wanted to?
All right, last one, because I saw this the other night on TV, and I literally had to turn the TV off, Johnny. I swear to you, I had to turn it. I watch a lot of YouTube. I know you don't. And there was a news clip, and the guy comes on. He's in the studio. Good-looking guy, nice suit, nice shirt, nice tie. He's got the short suit, And then I look down on his feet, and he's got Converse white shoes on.
Wait, where is he?
He's in the news. He's in the
okay.
What's wrong with that? Anchor.
Oh, and he's wearing white Converse?
He's got white tennis shoes on with a full suit. This is not like a leisure suit. It's not like a casual suit.
Oh, no. Can't back you up. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Grown men of our age should not be in a suit. And I'm talking like a suit. We're talking suit. And then you tennis shoes. No.
But Google, do a Google image search for suit and Air Jordan 11s. That's a sharp look right there. That's a sharp fucking look. It's a patent leather. Ooh.
If you're in a jogging suit,
Concords. Yeah. No, a suit. Business suit.
No, Johnny. No. When you were on Letterman, question.
But I can't pull that off. That's not I can't pull that off. I wear those shoes and I look like a big dumb shithead, but that's just me no matter what I wear. But I can't pull off the cool, but I'm saying like cool people can. Like John Legend wearing a suit and then wearing Air Jordan 11 Concords. That's a sharp look.
It is one of the 7 sins to do that. You cannot, it's a suit. It's a suit. I can't even over talk it. It's a suit. You do not wear tennis shoes with a suit. Now, my 15-year-old could pull it off. Young kids can pull it off. High schoolers. My wife works at 2 schools. She goes, oh, yeah, the prom, the girls. It drives her nuts to see the girls with prom dresses on in tennis shoes. So that's a
sexy look. That's a sexy look. Nothing sexier than a high school girl. You know what? Hey, we're out of time. And no, we do. We have 30 seconds left. I'm not a pedophile. I'm going to be at Comedy on State the last weekend of the year and New Year's Eve. You got any dates you want to plug in the next 8 seconds?
I will be at Laughs in Tucson, Arizona for New Year's Eve. And then on the December 30th, Honda Casino in Pine Top, Arizona.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Cavalry. We did it. We made it.
Boom.